Good morning. Thank you for waking up at work with me in New York City. Just tapping in. Yes, wild card. I am in the city for a little bit. I got a job to do, and then I'm gonna try to beat it back to DC and beat the snowstorm. So I'm just out here doing what I do. Um, I do it in a bunch of places. Got my team with me. We're just doing a little route advances. And I just wanted to share my morning with you guys, or our morning with you guys. Got my partner riding shotgun over there, and yeah, we're here in the city. For you all, a lot of people watch from all over the world. They've never been to New York, so this is like a first look at New York City. Early in the morning, people are starting to move. The city is waking up, but they always say that this is the city that never sleeps. And it literally does go to sleep if you've been here. So we're down here near Times Square. So this all of the guys who live here already know what it is. But all of the lights, camera action stuff, all the big city lights, billboards, screens, all that good stuff. So just down here, man. We're down here working, doing what we do. And I thought I'd just invite you guys into my life so that the intricate details of what we do we'll never show that, because we had to protect our brand, we had to protect our customers and clients, and they're not even with us at the moment. So all we're doing is pre-route advancing to our locations where we're going, and checking, making sure traffic is clear, checking the drop points, pickup points, loading docks, speaking with the managers of the venues that we're going to be going to, and stuff like that. This is just tour of New York City for you guys who haven't been to New York City. We were just on in Times Square. And we're still kind of down this way a little bit, so I'm actually gonna make a little bit of a detour and run some routes. So this right here, you won't see much of anything. This is just some kind of like concrete jungle stuff. All of the bright light stuff that you're accustomed to seeing, that's back the other way. This evening, hopefully, if this detail gets done in time and we're back in DC, I'm going to go live this evening, so we can you guys can ask questions or whatever. We'll talk a little bit about the industry, what's going on. You're going to see me up here in New York a lot. We have an executive protection class in May in New York, and we also, I'm gonna go all the way down. We have an executive protection class in May in New York. So you guys haven't checked that out, make sure you get to my website. I'm in class in New York. And we also have a mixer in early May, late April, early May. So we're gonna be having that here in New York as well. So in addition to that, I am covering the United Healthcare murder, the United Healthcare CEO assassination in Midtown New York at the Midtown Hilton Hotel. So I will be here. I was just here on January 9th to do the death penalty hearing for Luigi Mangione. A lot of facts were laid out about that, and then after that, the judge decided to come back on January 30th. So for you guys who've been in the city, who've been trying to connect with me, on January 30th, I will be in New York City for the second part of the death penalty hearing for the United Healthcare CEO accused or alleged assassin Luigi Mangione. So I'm going to be bringing you guys big facts from that. And a lot of people don't understand how important that was to the corporate security, political security, and executive protection industry. That set the world on fire, not just here in America, but across the globe, because corporate executives, as you guys know it or not, a lot of them don't have security or elect not to have security, okay? And the ones that do have very, very small footprint, so to speak, or personnel for the close protection services. And one of the reasons why they don't have, or prior to the United Healthcare CEO being assassinated, one of the reasons that they didn't have security is because the corporation doesn't pay for it. The security executives have to pay for it themselves. All right, now straight ahead of us is the Hudson River. All right, and I think we're on the Hudson Parkway. I think that's what it, yeah. And this is, the Hudson River. If you were familiar with the plane that landed in the river, that's over there to my right. And this is, just New York at its face. Maybe I have a few more minutes while we're clearing these routes. So I'll just ride down the Hudson Parkway, show you guys a few things down here, and then I'll check off until later on. But you guys got any questions for me? Oh, wild card. Yeah, so wild card, January the 30th is the death penalty hearing. So you have two cases. You have the state case, which the judge has decided he probably won't try until later this year, but he's going to make his ruling on all the evidence in the state case, the motions to suppress evidence and throw out stuff. He's going to make all of that ruling on that in May. So we definitely won't have a trial till after May, till he's made his ruling. And also for the federal case, well, the judge is going to come back and make her ruling. Oh, well, hopefully we expect to make the ruling on January 30th, which is next week, which I'll be here for that. And they probably won't move forward with that trial until early fall, sometime around September is what the judge said, but I'll know more on January 30th. And I'm gonna show you guys some beautiful architecture down here too, but down here on the city line. Hold on one second. Maybe you missed it. Yeah. All right. Some beautiful architecture down here. I'll get back around to it. So we'll get down to the financial district. So nonetheless, the hearing won't be until June. When that trial will going to be. She's going to possibly make her ruling on the 30th. I'll be here live from the courtroom, so I'll be bringing you guys up to date, minute by minute, blow by blow information for that. And then the other part of it is that not scheduled, but the judge said early September, late December, and if they get all of the evidence in and all of the things met that the judge wanted, it's possible that we will have a trial before the end of 2026, but it could carry over into January 2027. But this is Chelsea Piers right here. So we're coming down to where the World Trade Center is and all of that stuff, the financial district, lower Manhattan. So you have Midtown, pretty much Manhattan, where Broadway, where Broadway, not Broadway. Yeah, it is Broadway, but what am I trying to say? Times Square is, and then as you go down, it gets to Chelsea, Tribeca, the financial district, Wall Street, and all that good stuff. So we're coming up right now on where the World Trade Center was once stood. And so that's the deal. So I posted when I first started talking about this, because I was down here. I was down here for a lot of stuff that was going on. And I came down here for the NFL shooting. I have friends who work in the NFL, prior colleagues who work with the DC Police Department. Kathy Lanier, who is now the chief, Ennis, my friend Ennis, who was also I believe Ennis was an inspector with the DC Police, and now Ralph Ennis, he's running the security with Kathy Lanier, and a whole bunch of my prior colleagues are doing security for the NFL. So when the NFL shooting happened, I came down here, one, to check on them, but also to report on the incident, because the person who went into the NFL building went to target the executives at the NFL, and they were, what he said is that he got CTE and the NFL didn't do anything. CTE is the concussion stuff, right? But the dude never played in NFL, and as far as they know, the only time he played sports was in high school. All right, so now we're getting down here to the financial district. You can see, the buildings back here in the backdrop. They did have beautiful architecture. One time when I was young, I hated coming to New York because it was always, rodent infested, rat infested. It was always dirty. It's really clean. The buildings back then were dilapidated, and they have done a good job, a beautiful job with the city. So I wish that I could show you guys a lot of the architecture that's here. I'm gonna do what I can while I can, but I probably only got another 5 minutes or so before I have to hop off. So, yep, the Verizon building. I can't let you see the Escalade. How you know it's an Escalade? But again, that's the deal. So if you follow me, I'm gonna have to go ahead and jump off now. But if you're following me, jump on tonight. If I get finished this detail and I'm back in DC by 9 o'clock, I'll go live on YouTube at 9 o'clock. And you guys can ask me any questions. You feel free to DM me any questions that you have. If you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, the same moniker, the GOAT TV. Follow me on Instagram. I will follow you back. And shoot me if you have any prior questions, like pre-questions before we go live. Send me those questions too. I'll be glad to help. If you're interested in executive protection, make sure that you sign up for an upcoming class. We have a class in Miami on February 19th through the 22nd, DC and March 19th through the 22nd. We also have a class in New York in May, and then Dallas, and also Las Vegas this year. Bringing on a new partner who's a Secret Service agent who's be leaving the agency. He's going to we're going to be expanding a lot of things. So the curriculum that you guys are going to be getting is coming directly from the curriculum that we've developed over the years, but now we're perfecting it. Also with with curriculum from the State Department and the Secret Service. So we're the fastest growing executive protection school in the world. That's undeniable, undisputed, and we're growing every day. So not only are we training people, but we're turning a whole lot of people out into the industry where they're able to get corporate and government jobs because of their training with our organization. So don't be fooled. There are a lot of companies out here that's charging you a lot of money, that's charging you a lot of money, taking up a lot of time to teach you things that aren't really relevant to executive protection at all. But like we said, we do it to the State Department and Secret Service standards. We're at MVP, at MVP School of Executive Protection. I love to have you guys in the class. I also do business coaching and mentoring, career mentoring. So if you own a security company, you're trying to expand on your security company, grow into different markets, get bigger in your local market where you are, or as a security company owner, trying to increase your networks and your connections amongst other security company owners, then I highly recommend you tap into my coaching sessions. And also, if you're trying to grow in a security career and you don't know where to go, if you're a security guard standing in a post, you're bouncing at night, throwing people out of the club, dealing with BS all the time, whatever it is, you're a police officer, military veteran, and you're trying to figure out what your career is going to be in security, tap into me, send me a DM. I think also my mentoring sessions with just a consultation, there may be a link up there in my YouTube bio. In addition to that, the final thing I'm going to say is on February 5th in Washington, D.C. If you're in the Washington, D.C. area, join us at the Tyson's Corner Marriott for an executive protection mixer. All of our mixers sell out within 36 to 48 hours. You have people from corporate security, the government, Secret Service, State Department, all kind of special agents there. Some of the top security companies in Washington, D.C. who do executive protection. We'll all be in the building. And it's an opportunity to find opportunities to meet new people and really spring load your executive protection or your security career. All right, well guys, listen, it's been great. I gotta get off of this thing. Thank you for watching. Thanks for riding with me this morning. We about to get busy. Peace. Oh wait a minute, I gotta read some of these comments before I jump off. Oh, it's all right. I'm driving the same kind of car that's in front of me. What's going on, Jonas? All right, guys, we got to go. All right, we're about to lock in. Talk to you soon. Peace.